Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for education only. We're not your financial advisor, and this is not a trading room. So whatever you do, please, you are at your own risk. Good day, everyone, and you are very welcome to follow any of the automated signal as long as you are on SIM. We're not responsible for your trades either. Let me, to our traders, if they are taking the NASDAQ, this is really important. If you are auto trading the NASDAQ today, you can see where is the resistance line, and you have around a couple $1,000 in there. Here what it is, if this NASDAQ, okay, just broke it. Just broke the resistance because it was going up to 2,000 and back to 400, 2,000 back to 400. So finally broke that resistance line, and we are about to survive this projection. And it seems like once we are crossing this 118.17, we can be on. I'm expecting this Nasdaq go all the way to 118.69 today, and we will try to see if we can hold, or if we break this projection at 118.17. We are on a very beautiful ride today. Beside the Nasdaq, there is not much going on the ES. The ES just survived a huge volatility in here. It's not out of the wood yet, but we will. You see how this Nasdaq is. There is one thing. Look, let me show you something. If we put our crosshair on 118.18, you can see the bars 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times fell to cross, and the ES was going in through a lot of volatility in here. So I strongly recommend to hold your horse a little bit if you wanted to auto trade the ES for another 5 minutes to see where this market going, and then we can unleash auto trades. So it is very important to make sure the market is trending. Every morning when you come in, with all the respect to all the optimization people do, when you see things like this, and it is since 9:37, and now it is 10:06, and it is nothing in there, and now there is a good possibility we are going to the short. If this bar close, there we go, we're sinking again. So now the whole thing has changed to the short side. So this is really, really important, and now we can unleash auto trades to go short, actually, and we will try to also bring some trades. So this is an example before we start showing the others. This is an example on this last trade. You had a couple $1,000 in the profit, and then you had a projection from here. This is where the trader has an option. I don't want him to pick up the 2,000, but he could have picked up 1,000 and then go short again. So this is a 1,000 out of the window because the trader was not paying attention, and now it is short, and this is additional money on top of the 1,000 when you are trading. So because the market is changing direction, so every time you see profit, take it. When you see problem in the market, take it. So we are a little bit on the standby. I don't want to encourage anyone to do anything at the moment until we can For the ES, no, there is short, but look, the short is all only to 39.35. So if you are taking a short, you have to understand what is your destination. Your destination, you're not going to get anything out of that short trade below the 39.35. Not at this moment. Here's what it is in the trade-in. We fell on the ES. We have a heavy resistance, and the ES is right into this turbulence. You are middle of the turbulence. You are middle of it. If this market goes short, it's not going to go farther than 39.35. It's not. And you have a resistance at 39.48. In a simple way to explain it, the ES is stuck in those channels. Despite what auto trade you're using, despite what optimization you are doing, the market is jammed. There is no trend. 95% of any auto trader out there, they don't understand this. They will lose money despite the auto trade they are using. The reason is not the auto trade. The reason is, if we look at those bars, any kind of auto trade is going to take along somewhere around there. Then the market turn around. Then the auto trade will take short. Then the market turn around. Only amateur people think is the auto trade. Only naive people think is auto trade, because they look at it as a dishwasher machine. They're not looking at the chart. So this is where a trader, he cannot spot this, and he unleashed the auto trade. Just bear with me. Where are you going to make money in here? Because 1 minute this market is going short, and 1 second the market is going long. How you want your auto trade behave, and how any auto trade is going to make ticks for you when the ES is going in a circle and it's not making money. This is the difference between someone turn on the auto trade and not looking at the 1 minute chart. For many reasons, they don't have time, they don't have experience. That's fine, all those, we've heard it. But in the reality, like as an example, this NASDAQ had $2,000. The market is not trending. You cannot grab the 2,000, you grab 1,000. And when you see this market now the way it is, you sit on the side. You don't need to trade until we have a direction. Optimization is not going to figure out for you at 10-12 Eastern time on Wednesday. Is going to be sideways. It's not going to figure out that for you. It's 10-12. The reason we are doing today live on YouTube, because tomorrow I will not be able to come in on a live tube for personal matter. So So we're going to wait a little bit. I don't want to encourage. We'll wait a few more minutes until this market take direction. Thank you. There we go. We are breaking up from that levels. Perfect. Now the markets start trending. And now, once we cross the 39.54, we are in the clear all the way. The auto trade start taking trades, and we are on the right direction. Cases like this, you see double resistance. Every time you see double resistance, if I was you, I will take a profit. As an example, you have an auto trade on an ES. It's irrelevant whether it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, all the same. Does not mean if you are auto trading 1 minute or 3 minutes is going to be different. If we look at this 1 minute chart, we can see this double resistance, and this is a call for the trader to say, I'm out of here. I will close this trade. I'll walk away with 1,600. I will leave it alone. Or if you want to stay, if this market crossing those resistance, there is a good potential to go up to 3,000. And if the market goes back, you're going to walk away with a banana. And that it is the trader call. It's not me. It's not your auto trade. It's not nobody's business except you making decision. So on cases like this, you don't pay attention. I'm going to leave it as is, and you will see 1 minute you have 1,000, 1 minute you have 1,600. The ES trying to climb and break the 39.54. If the ES break those 39.54, that trade is going to make 3,000. If this market not able to break this double resistance, you can cash in around 1,600. If you wanted to take a chances, maybe the ES is going to go back and you walk away with nothing. That is the trader call. It's not your optimization. It's not your auto trade. Your auto trade is a perfect to take the motions away, and 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. And when it's equal to 4, he's going to ignite a signal for you. Very good. But you are the driver. You need, and as you see here, as we see on the ES, the 39.54, there is a resistance there. Has nothing to do with your auto trade. Has nothing to do with your optimization. Has nothing to do with 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes ES. Period. There is nothing. What it is just a fact. If this ES break that level, you are into $3,000 trade. And if this ES is not able to break that level, bail out. And sadly, 95% of auto traders, they don't look at the fact. And instead, what they're doing, to be more blind, they are using Renko bar. A Renko bar is not going to identify a trend for you. A Renko bar is fake. A Renko bar is for disaster traders. They are not interested in looking at the real trend. So, this one here, you're blindfolded. This one here, when you use a 1 minute in conjunction with your auto trade, it's like you have a flashlight in a dark room and you can see. Also, for people are working or people are busy, you can always find 1 hour a day in the morning before you go to work at the office. You can, if you have a smart tablet, you can use your smart template and you have a team viewer, and then you can keep your computer running at home. And then you can manage 1 trade or 2. Don't have to be all day. You can manage 1 trade or 2 because that's all what you need a day. When you see the market is sideways, you leave it alone. And when the market is running, you unleash the auto trade for 1 or 2 trades a day. Then once you become stable, you don't need anymore to rely on a normal job. But first, the hardest part is to read, not to learn price action, guys. I don't want to put you in a trading room or in a class, teach you for the next 10 years. We're done that, and it's over. We don't need to learn this, but what we need to learn is how to read a chart, how to read that chart, the 1 minute on the ES. You don't need to draw anything on it. You don't have to set it up. When you turn on your Ninja, it's right there. And it is like a cockpit instruments, have everything in it. It tells you exactly what's going on. And then on those decisions, you can make it. So, as we see right now, so this one here, guys, when sometimes we log in and try to help our customers, and when I see him is using a Renko bar, I get I have no right to say anything, but I get very sad. And then I know this guy is not going to make it. I don't tell him that because I told him not to do that, but how are you going to say to a grown man not to do that? You know, you tell him twice, 3 times, but then what? So, as we see right now, the Nasdaq is on a free flight. There is nothing in there. Let's take this junk away called Renko bar. Let's put the ES next to the ES. And this is what I try to tell you. If the ES break that double resistance, we are into $3,000 trade, and it's delivered. It's delivered. So now the resistance becomes support. Here is what it is. Every time the ES cross, has to go back, reconfirm every tick. So you never miss anything. Once this ES go back, needs to confirm the support area at 39.54. Has to confirm it. And it will drop down to this number to confirm it. The resistance becomes support. When you are auto trading, you keep your eye on the resistance and the support. If this ES going back to retest the 39.54, if it hold, you stay on that trade, because there is a good potential to go much higher. If this ES not able to hold on the support and it fell, you need immediately close your auto trade by pushing this button on the top, close position. It's not your auto trade performance. It is your performance, not the auto trade. Those guys sells you the auto trades. They cannot trade paperback. The only solution they have to tell you optimize so they can get rid of you. They don't have to work with you. They don't have to teach you. But the reality, optimization has nothing to do with when you are really trading, and has nothing to do with your performance. Optimization can figure out if you need to use that auto trade on 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, what is the average stop loss, but it's not gonna save you when you are trading. No. So as we see right now, here what it is. We have the same at the bottom. You can see there is 2 yellow lines. Everything has been drawn on your chart. You have to read it. And we have 2 yellow lines here. Those are measuring the previous highs and lows. It's not those baby stuff oversold, overbought. I don't know what is this for. But those, once this market cross inside those 2 yellow lines, that means prepare for reversal. So now the ES is climbing to this yellow line called 3963. Once we cross this yellow line, you should not activate your auto trade to go long. Maybe by luck you're gonna get one winning trade somewhere, somehow. Irrelevant. But if you want to be disciplined, you should not activate a new trade once this market entered this yellow line, this dead zone here. Is the opposite. As we see here on between those 2 yellow lines, this is where the trend exhaustion is gonna start happen. Ahead of time, ahead of millions of traders out there, blindfolded. To be more idiotic, he's using rank bar, and those guys are just tourists into the market. They're just tourists. They'll go back to wherever they are belong to. They will never survive in here. Once this market enter here, there is 2 options, and if we look at the clock, is 10:28. We already set the destination for the morning session. It's going to be somewhere around 39.74, and the party is over for the morning session. If we want to examine the NASDAQ final destination is 11905, and it's finished. If we look at the clock, it's 10:28. By 11 o'clock, you should start taking your ticks off the table, and the party is over for this morning session. So when we are looking at the time 10:29, by 11 o'clock, you should be picking up your ticks and walking away from your computer, and leave those miserable traders alone in the market trying to figure out themselves where are they in the market. The tourist ones. Because those are tourists. They're not here to stay. They think they can bull themselves around. They can do a couple optimization. They treat the Autotrade like a dishwasher machine. And then after 6 months, they are out of the game. And they can tell their children how everybody mistreated them in the trading industry. So we're climbing. We were expecting to get 3,000 on the ES. We got more. We got $1,000 more. If we look at this NASDAQ, look where is this NASDAQ. It's right at where we expected. What will happen right now? If this NASDAQ not able to break that area here, we're going to have a big fall. And you're going to shrink your trade from $5,000 and $4,000. That's $9,000. You're going to shrink it to $5,000 on the pullback. Because if we see where the ES at, and it just took a slap in here, and maybe they're trying to push this number, and maybe the ES will try 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars. If it's not able to break that line, it's going to drop all the way to 39.54. So when you are auto trading and you have $4,000 into the profit, two options here. It can go extended to 5,000 because this is the top of the line is finished for today, the morning session. And if the ES not able to penetrate the 39.70, we are going back as a re-entry point long at 39.54. So this is a huge fall on the profit if you are not looking at your instruments. Has nothing to do with your auto trade. A decision has to be made by the trader, not by the auto trade. God gave us a brain and use it. He didn't give us a brain to use a dishwasher machine. So now the market is climbing. There is a good momentum. There is, if we look here, we can measure from 1 to 30 minutes. From 1 to 30 minutes is to the positive side. If we look at the market analyzer, this one here has 5 auto trade. They're all into positive. That's very good. And we will see if this market has enough momentum to penetrate that line. For the NASDAQ is a bigger fall because you can see where is the wake at 1902.75. if this market not able to break, it's going to drop all the way as a re-entry to 118. So 1 minute you have almost $10,000 on 2 charts. And if you don't take action and you don't react to the market, there is a good potential you close those 2 auto trade with a $5,000 profit. As we see from the beginning of this webinar today, when the Nasdaq was taking a trade and had $2,000 profit, we didn't do anything. We throw away $1,000. When the Nasdaq took short, it didn't make it. When the market did go up, it made it. So you would have been in much better deal if you took some of the profits off. So now, if we look at this Nasdaq, the Nasdaq is not going to react until the ES react. If this ES able to break, this means your Nasdaq trade is going to keep flying. So there we go. The ES finally is breaking that point. So that means we are setting to different goal for today. And I'm expecting this market to end at 39.76, which we are about to get it. And the Nasdaq is at this level, 11,923. The market is done. This is the maximize. Now you jumped from, and it is finished. It's 10:35, and it is over. And as we're going to stay a little bit longer to show you, the party is over. It's finished. Technically, the market is finished for today. And there is no way any trader with a right brain will go ahead and take a trade in here anymore long. No. And that applies also to the YM, because the YM is more follower to the ES. And also this is, even if you are trading YM, you can make a decision on the YM based by, you can make a decision on the Nasdaq NYM by looking at the ES alone. You don't need too much. Look what happened, guys. If you notice here, there is, I don't know if you can see it on the YouTube, we got a reversal. Our reversal does not repaint. It starts giving you warning. It's like you are sitting and driving on a full throttle on a motorbike, and there is a yellow light ahead of you telling you to slow down. And this is exactly how it is. It's telling you there is a reversal. Even if this market go 1 bar higher, it's going to fire another reversal for you to tell you we're about done. So everything on the chart you need. It's like you are sitting in the cockpit. Whatever you read on that blue chart, you react on it. You don't need to be a brilliant trader with a 5-star to figure out what's going on in here. So now we are gonna go to the phase 3 on that trade, where the trend exhaustion is going to happen. As you see, the trend exhaustion also in here start firing short. That means we are about to be done. And here's the $1 million question. You are 10 steps ahead of anyone out there knowing what's going on in the market to react on it. It's not just a stupid ATR or a MACDs, and you just look at it and get in a suntan from your monitors. No. What the trading is, you have to be ahead of everyone. You have to be 1 step ahead from everyone. You have to know what's going on ahead of the others. Because once the others start reacting, it's too late to start closing positions. So as we see here on the ES, nothing happening anymore. If we look at this chart on the NASDAQ, nothing is happening. 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar, 4 bars on the same line. Maybe it will go another bar or two. We're not Houdini to predict every tick. Maybe it will go 1 more bar or 2 more bars. But this is where it's 10:38 and you're done for today. You're done. So what we are going to do, we're going to see how far we're going to go above the expectation for today. Technically, this market is finished, and you need to start closing trades. But let's see what will happen. And you will find out there is not much left in this market. The trend is over, and then now the number on the pullback is going to drop the ES to the 39.57, and any drop on the NASDAQ is going to come to the 11.854 on the NASDAQ as a re-entry. So let's look at it and see how those ES and NASDAQ hanging on the same number, and it is on the same line and is not going any forward. What the auto trade has to do with it? Nothing. Nothing. It's irrelevant. The auto trade is irrelevant what's going on in the market. So we're going to keep watching it. And here what it is. If you notice here on the ES, start giving you warning sign. So you don't need to be a brilliant trader. You don't need to be a trader with stars on your shoulders. Look at this. The market started firing warning for you, telling you we're about to be done. And look, we're about to be done. Calculate how much you have here. You have 7,000, almost 6,000. That's 13,000. That's around 15,000 on those 3 charts, okay? I'm not going to touch anything. See how much money you will be losing by not spot what's going on. And there we go. Welcome to trading. What did we say? We say we are expecting today the market hit those level, and that is the end of the day. And that's exactly what happened in the market. Nothing more, nothing less. And the market starts sinking. From $15,000 profit, if you don't take action right now, and you start closing your trade, taking your profit, close your computer, go get yourself a real life. Or if you're going to stay miserably behind the computer, your profit is going to melt like an ice cream right under your nose, from $15,000 profit to maybe now you will go to $7,000 profit. Half of it. And look how the market was fair enough to us. The market did not surprise us. We are the ones we don't want to read. We are the ones we don't want to see. But the market is not surprising us in here. So now the NASDAQ is going to come here to the 11869. If it's not holding, it's going to drop to the 11831. And if this market want to drop, most likely the ES will go back to the 39.56. And welcome to trading. It's finished for today. Now watch what happened. Now you are from $15,000 to $10,000 in profit. You had $15,000 on your table, and you took $5,000 and you threw it out of the window, and you're still looking at the sky, hoping the market go back to regain your $15,000. It's not going to happen anymore. It's too late. Let's wait. Look what happened to the NASDAQ. This is where we are expecting the NASDAQ to come back as a re-entry. If this area not going to hold, is going to go all the way down here and it's going to wipe up all your profit for today. So tell me, is it the auto trade or is it the trader problem? Is it the auto trade or is it that the guy is running the auto trade? Which one? So I'm going to leave it as an example and let's see what happened. Now we are below 10,000 in the profit. Once we had 15,000, within seconds, we smoked away 5,000. Maybe to somebody is only pocket money, 5,000. I don't know, but it's not for me either, you know. So, and the market starts sinking. Now the re-entry point on the ES is 3961.50, the first lot. The second lot as a re-entry is 3955 or 56. On a sim, please. We're not responsible for your trade. You're not paying us to take a risk for you. As we see, the profits start sinking. What we called on the NASDAQ, then we said the NASDAQ will come to this area as a re-entry, and it did. It did. Right on time. Look. So we'll see. Another thanks to our traders. If you notice, especially our traders, when we were taking those trades from 1 to 30 minutes and from 1 to 30 minutes, they were all in the green. What you see now, you see start getting red. Weakness. Weakness. So we measure the strength and weakness in the market from here. This is the beginning. It's like a small snowball and start rolling and start getting bigger and bigger. So you are aware of it before it happened, before another guy is trading in a different country, before another guy is trading next door to you, you are aware what's going on as a trader, not as a dishwasher operator. So there we go. Now our profit starts sinking and melting right under our nose. And the problem is we know it. And we did not take action. On a daily basis, when a trader is illiterate with the trading, he can waste up to $5,000 a day in a trading. In 1 year, you do the calculation and you can see how much that trader is wasting for not looking. So now we are shrinking to below $8,000 into the profit. And now we are shrinking more and shrinking more and shrinking more. From $15,000 trade profit, and now this one here I did share with our traders to just a break even. And the reason I added the break even on it, because I know some traders are not going to look at the charts. I know. We've been teaching people for 15 years. I know all the tricks. So I know there is some people will not look at the market. I know. So this one here made money, and when it start changing direction, close position automatically. This one here is about to close position automatically, but sometimes if the chart or the auto trade thinks still there is a pullback re-entry, it's going to stay on that trade. From 1 minute, you had over $2,000 on this trade, and now you cut your profit in half. Is it my problem or is it the trader problem? This is just one simple question. Is it my problem or is it his problem? Do we need to hold hands, sit on the table, have a cozy evening, and, take his hands to the mouth and tell him close the trade? I mean, I don't know what else we can do. And maybe we need to do that. But anyway, folks, that's all what we have for you today. And this is where we call the trade. And this is where happening. And if we look at the NASDAQ is sitting on the idle right now. And most likely this NASDAQ is going to take a dive to here. And here is where the fun start. When a trader trying to make a trade in this big pile of mud here. Here is not tradable. You cannot trade here. Auto trading, manual trading, voodoo trading, you cannot trade in here. This is a big pile of mud. You cannot trade in there. You're going to get lost. And as we said, once this market enter those two yellow lines, you need to start reversal. And now you know what we are talking about. So it was no surprise in the market. We have indicate ahead of time that when this market comes in or enter those two yellow lines, you need to start taking your bread off the table and start getting ready for a reversal. For the ones they listen, they start reversing from here. They are relaxing. The ones they're looking out of a kitchen window and they're not looking at the chart, they just wipe up around $10,000 in the profit. So the question is, when you have a guy tell you how much you think I'll make tomorrow, what you gonna tell him? Do you know how to play piano? Do you know how to fly? I mean, what you gonna tell a guy, you don't know him, you never seen him, you never seen his style in the trading, you don't know if he's corrupt with his head, and how you gonna tell him how much he will be making tomorrow if the guy is just a dishwasher operator and he treat the market as a dishwasher? How are you gonna explain that guy that you need to look at your instruments and take this job seriously? How are you gonna explain that to this guy? And in the last 15 years, we never seen anyone operate dishwasher and made money. I'm honest with you guys. Not just with us, so don't think it's just us. I have not seen anyone on our system or anybody's system turn on the auto trade and go sit in a jacuzzi or go to the beach and come back at the end of the day and see his jacuzzi full of dollars. I never seen any success story And that, honest to God, I'm telling you that, and this is not a very attractive talk, and this is not a sell talk. You will never make it in the market if you don't take it seriously. If you don't respect it, the market does not respect you. If you want to operate it as a dishwasher machine, the market is going to put you in the dishwasher machine and clean your head. The difference is, sadly, there is a lot of people selling auto trades and they cannot trade paperback. And they keep this away from the traders because they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the experience, and they don't want to work for their customers. Not everybody is coming, busting his life every day, 2 hours here on a YouTube to explain what is reality and what is not. So now, as we see here, this market is finished and the market is getting weaker. The market now is just a big pile of garbage in here. The smart ones, they come in 1 hour, they wait till the market trend, they unleash their auto trades, they make money and walk away. Who stays? The miserable traders. The tourist traders, they are on a holiday in the market for a couple months. And then they'll go away. Then another new, bright traders come in and they think they can kick butts. And then what they find out, the only butts they can kick is their self. In this market, there's no one is big. In this market, whether you are trading Bitcoins, future, Forex, if you don't respect it, the market is spit back on us. You know, and to all the daydreamers out there, don't listen to this garbage out there. There is no such a thing called free money. And then it is your money. Do whatever you want to do with it. This advice, it is, one day you will try to find that video and go back and listen to me when you lose your account or when you lose your pension. You say, this crazy Sam told me, but I was too arrogant. This is the same word I said to myself when those older guys in Geneva trying to put common sense in my head. I said, what an idiot guy. I have 7 diploma engineer. I'm an aircraft engineer. I'm smart, I'm bright, I'm tall, I'm happy. And I'll find out I was just a flea on the back of an elephant when I start diving into the market 27 years ago. It was no internet, nothing. When we had the bad weather in Geneva, the delay on the data, it was a minute and a half. Every time the ES dropped 12 points, the market closed 15 minutes. When the Dow Jones closed, back then it was not even E-mini back then. Now we have a micro E-mini. Back then, if you lose 1 point on an ES on a couple lots, you lost $1,000. Not the E-mini. The E-mini came around the block a few years ago, but in our days, it was no E-mini or micro, or it was not even internet. In our days, where I started, Merrill Lynch was above us, 1 floor above us. You take the order from Tyskland, England, Luxembourg, and then everything is recorded. And it's like when you go to work, you know, you have a card, you clip it, you know, and then the order, and then what you do, you fax the customer his position. Try to day trade by that on the phone. Calling, somebody is going to pick up the telephone, and back then, not too many people able to look at their screen to see the prices, so you have to rely on what your broker telling you the price. You can order and put a limited order, and then you clock the order You have a clock next to you, you clock it, and then you fax the order. That's how. And then you have to speak many languages. And then when we had guys, we have a lot of people from Tyskland, Germany, Luxembourg, Scandinavian, some different countries. And when they wanted to buy 10 lots on the ES, you run up to Merlin, to another broker upstairs to cover the 10 contracts, because you don't cover 10 contracts. So it was a total different type of trading. This is where we started from. But for the last 27 years, I never seen anyone come in because he have cute, beautiful eyes. His mother told him he's smart. And I never told my kids, "Oh, you're smart. Don't worry." I say you're dumb when And in this market, you don't believe if the wife said you're smart or kid telling you you're smart. No, there is nobody is smart in here. What you need to do, not to be smart, what you need to do to be disciplined. Read. Your money is not in this or in this. No. This is a luxury. It's like you're driving a car and you put it on a cruise control. Once in a while, you have to override the cruise control and push your brakes or make left or make right. This is a cruise control on your car or an autopilot. The money is not in here on the white chart, like those morons telling you, those idiots. Those idiots, they cannot even trade a paper bag. The money is not in here, guys. Don't let those guys fool you. The money is not on the white chart. The money is in here on the blue chart. You don't understand this blue chart? This one here you're going to wreck. It's become irrelevant. There is nothing in the trading, and this is not a sell talk. You turn on a dishwasher machine in the morning called Ninja Trader, and you turn on the auto trade, and now you're going to live happily after. This is only coming from the cigarettes or whatever drink you are drinking. Is making you have a delusion in your brain. If you wanted to use that white chart, and this is not a sell talk, you better start reading this. If you don't know how to read this, pack your money, pack your luggage, go to Las Vegas, put them in. At least you get free glass, a drink, a beautiful woman serving you, and you either come back rich or you come back broke. Here, you lose your money, and there is no pretty woman serving you drink. It's a very clean, cut and dry, and doesn't matter if you're named Tom or Jerry, you're just a number at your broker. We had one time a guy come in. He deposited 200,000 Deutschmark. Back then it was no euro, it was Deutschmark. And in the meeting, and it was the big ES, he told us a number. We went to the trading room to get him filled. And he is in the office, not on the phone. By the time we come back to him, he was done 12,000 Deutschmark. From one room to the other, telling him got filled. I remember because I didn't want to go back and give him this. So we pushed the German to speak to German. So, because I didn't want to tell him, you know what, now you just lost 12,000 Deutschmark. So the market is very serious. And this guy, we were arguing who's gonna go and tell him the good news. You got filled, and now you are down 12,000 Deutschmark. 12,000 Deutschmark back then, it was maybe what, around $10,000, somewhere around there. So then we had a beautiful lady. She's from Austria, and we sent her out to tell him you got filled and you lost 12,000 Deutschmark. So trading, it is not a joke. It's serious. And look at now. I'm killing the time because I want you to see what happened to your $15,000 profit. How much you have here? One question, ask yourself, is it the auto trade or is it you? We told you you were on a, before it happened, we told you you have a profit $15,000, take it. So you tell me, where is your $15,000 here, profit? It's gone. It's gone. Is it the auto trade or is it you made a wrong decision? Is it your greed or your lack of education? You ask yourself this question. It's not to buy software. No. It is, a trader should ask himself a question. Are you ready to take it serious or not? If you're not ready to take it serious, leave. Talk as much as you want. Say whatever you want. You say, yeah, go ahead. You don't like me. You don't like the way I say it. I'm an idiot. I accept it. Let me see how smart you are. And we'll talk after 6 months. Yes. For the last 15 years, I've been fighting with traders. From the beginning, I tell them, you don't learn, you're not going to make money. And this is it. And now if we look at this market, and here, that's what freaks me out. If learning costing money, I can say, okay, well, there is a beef in there. Sam wants me to learn so he can charge me money. But when I am here sitting in the public on a YouTube, I'm not collecting your email, I'm not charging you money, and I'm trying to save your account or your pension, and you don't want to listen, that means you deserve to lose every single dollar in your pocket. Honest to God, I don't feel sorry for you. Folks, that's all what I have for you today. Before I get in trouble, I want to say thank you very much. Tomorrow it will not be live on a YouTube. I have the family dragging me somewhere else, and